Okay, let's go.
The arcanes, if you have one equipped in your sign down, alright?
Yeah.
And can you have two arcanes equipped, like one on the helmet, one on the
Yeah,
sundown?
yeah. You can have two of the same set equipped.
Oh,
Do you want to
jeez.
run with two of the same thing? Like, for instance, let's say you just really love crit chance. You could run two sets of Avenger and be boosted to shit with crit chance, and both of them can proc at the same time. Awesome. So first things first, when you get inside, follow the tunnel. Run straight, jump the gap, and we're going to come to a door. So this door here usually requires, so we'll just demonstrate how it works, usually requires people to stand on these two pads, right? So it opens. But if we hop off, move off, the Loki, if you aim at the door and place your clone directly next to it, bada bing, bada boom, it opens. So no one.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry, it just works. Okay. Alright, so if he does that, do not stand on pads. If we have a Loki, you do not need to stand on pads for this first stage. Okay, now we're going to come to this middle console here. On both sides of the console on both sides of the dispenser are a console. So pick that up, Itasai. Once both consoles are hacked, a bomb will drop. We're then going to head to one of four pathways. It doesn't matter which order you do it in, but we do it first from the left and move clockwise around. Awesome. So try not to step on pads, guys. That's it. Right, Itasai. So now we're going to run to... No, keep going. That's all. We're going to come to a large machine called a toxin injector. From this toxin injector on the ground, you need to trace cables. They're blue and orange, and they come to consoles just like this one. There are 4 of them in each room, spaced out around the area. When all 4 have been hacked, the injector will lose this orange shield that you see pulsing up it, and will become vulnerable to the bomb which we're currently charging. The bomb, whilst being held by the bomb carrier, will drain 25 energy per second, and will also gain 2% per charge per second. Okay, when it becomes vulnerable, the bomb carrier will walk forward, drop the bomb. Yep. Alright, and then we're going to run. And we're going to run right back to that middle area again, straight back to the dispenser, hack the consoles on the sides, and get ourselves a new bomb. So as the Loki, you want to be the first at the door. There you go. So when I say run, or I'll let you know when you should start kind of heading back, or you can just wait there. If you have quick thinking, you can just chill at the door and make sure it stays open.
I'm going this way now.
Alright, so we've got our next bomb, so now we're going to move clockwise around the room, which means we're going to go through this waypoint star over here now. Awesome job. Alright. Everyone through. Sweet. Awesome. Alright, in the room, same thing, toxin injector here, 4 consoles. In this room, the consoles are spread out the most in this area. They're kind of all over the place.
How'd you go?
Still going.
You're now low.
Yeah, on lock. Okay, so once again, there are 4 consoles around the room. Each needs to be hacked. We need to make sure that we finish all 4 by 50% and no sooner. If we do it any sooner, then we're going to have to wait. Once we reach 100%, the shields will go down, and the vulnerability period will end, and the shield will go back up. So we have to do a full rehack. So we want to make sure we do it after 50%. Alright, so that's ready. The tank one. Once again, guys, if you're not sure where they are, you can follow the cables leading out of the... You can drop it to the side, yep. Leading out of the injector's base. Or even better is just take some time and just explore the area, run around, see where everything is, that sort of thing.
Oh.
Yep. You can also place your Loki clone here on the side of the door. So if you aim where I am now, you put it against the door frame. It's also out of the way, but it still works.
Alright.
Yep. Awesome. So back to the center dispenser here. The last 2 doors we do not need to Loki clone. As long as we don't stand on the pads on our way in, we don't need to clone it on the way out. We might have to. Alright, so we're going to head over here now. The doors are open for whatever reason. They just stay open. Awesome. So in this room, there is a console relative to the way you're facing when you enter the room. There is one in the room all the way at the back, like the garage. There are two beneath this large platform we're on, and there's one all the way to the right over where Kruger is. You're hiding it to say. Staying safe. It's good.
I feel so scared.
Alright. It's all vulnerable. Drop the bomb when you're ready. Alright, let's run. Good job. See? Simple. Simple. I need to learn how to do that meerkat thing. The ad. Simple. Alright. Alright, try again with your clone. So don't go on the pads, just clone it again. Yep, there you go. I'll see how it went from orange to blue. The little buttons around the side means it's working. Okay, so fourth and final time we need to do this, guys. Hack consoles on the side.
If possible, don't kill any enemies. Thank you.
Yeah, try not to kill enemies. Sorry, I should have said that.
What is that?
We need the. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Here, you can take it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Grab it. Yep. So the EV needs as many targets as possible, and because EV does damage to the target, you eventually end up killing yours. And you can only so spam 1, spam 2 that many times before the game realizes what you're doing and just kills it. Okay. And because enemies will constantly spawn, if we keep killing them, they're just going to keep spawning. So we'll eventually reach the maximum number of enemies that are allowed on the map, and then once they're CC'd, they can't do anything. Nothing new will spawn, so we don't have to worry about anything new as well. You can actually drop the bomb over here as well.
Oh, it doesn't. It just needs to be around somewhere.
Yeah, most people just drop it there. And we're done. That's stage 1, as complex as that was. That's it. No need to go back, we're done.
Pretty simple.
That's it. Yeah, pretty simple, huh? Comparatively. So the next phase is the next stage is it has 2 main sections to it. The first one is we're going to be testing your pattern matching skills. We're going to need to stand on a set of 8 pads in a specific order as the patterns pop up on the big screen at the front. And then the second part is going to be a Grenier hijack mission. Okay, no res. Okay. Straight to the objective then. You get to take a nice rest here, Loki. There's nothing for you to glitch open. You just get to chill with us. Okay, so around this big room you're going to come to, in each corner there is a console. These consoles will light up periodically, one by one, in just a random order. We need to find them when you see it glowing, and then hack it. You'll see that at the front, at Star Waypoint, there's a large screen above a set of 7 lights. 7 lights? Yeah.
Right,
6 lights, sorry. So you see there's a pattern up there now. Ooh. No one died? Fuck yeah. Alright, so don't jump on the pads, any of the yellow pads, until I've explained this, and then we'll do it correctly. So when a pattern pops up there, you'll see that behind each of these big yellow circular pads, there's on the screen behind it, there is also a pattern. What we need to do is hack the consoles, look at the pattern on the screen at the front, and then match it to a pad, the corresponding pad. Once you have found out which one it is, and you go and jump on it, do not jump off it, do not run off it, try and stop enemies from knocking you off it. Because if you jump on the wrong pad in order, only you will take damage. If you come off a pad that is pressed down in the correct order, everyone dies who's currently on a pad. Okay, so that's right 2, where you are now, Windbear. The way we refer to these pads quickly is right and left hand side. Yep, that one there. So if you walk into the pad, stay on it. We refer to them as right and left hand side, 1 through 4. This is all respective to the screen. So where dusk is there, where I've waypointed, that is left-hand side, and that's the third pad. So the higher the number, the further away from the screen it is. So 1 is right at the right at the front of the room, closest to the screen on the left-hand side, and 4 being furthest away. Same for the right-hand side. There's a good picture in the Raid Guides channel. So that is right 1, so it's right-hand set of pads. First one, closest one to the screen here where you decide. So if I decide you want to take that one. If at any point while you're looking around the room you see the consoles in the corners light up and go yellow, just let us know which kind of the room it is. Pruga, if you want to do that one, or Blazin. No, Blazin, wait for the.
Wait, what?
Right 4. That's sorry, left 4.
Oh,
so that's
left
right
4. Oh.
Ah, sorry, that was my bad. I think I said right 4. Actually, yeah, just crawl off it. Keep going, keep going. My bad, dude. That one's on me. There we go. Sorry, left-hand side. So just across the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. So we only need to push down as many pads as there are players in the raid. So since there's only 6 of us, we only have to do 6.
See any
If there were 4, it's 4. That sort of thing. It's fine. Okay, you want to get that blazing, and I'll sprint to the last console where I'm fast. Right 3. Blazing. Right 3, please. You're going to be out of range for a short duration, but be there. Thanks, fam. Up there. Up there. Is that the back?
The console
Ow.
where I'm.
Yep, that's it. I almost killed myself running over that one. That pad over there. And then it's Rhino pad, of course. Okay, so I didn't actually just cover it there. There are only 2 pads out of all 8 that are actually reserved for specific warframes. Left 2
Where?
being Rhino. Awesome, so head over there and grab your loot, guys. The left
Wait,
2
where do we
being
go?
Rhino. Go to waypoint 2. Itasai has found a rare cache that'll have a booster of some sort. So it's a 30-minute affinity booster. Anyway, so left 2 is Rhino pad, and left 3 is EV pad, because the majority of enemies spawn on that side of the room, so we keep them there so they can constantly keep things CC. Awesome, so now that once you got your rare, run over to the objective, and this is where we're going to do the hijack. So immediately you'll see that there is a section of rail that's currently covered by electricity, or was, and you'll see that as standing on the pads, we'll deactivate it. So the job, I'll be pushing the hijack target. What you guys need to do for me is run around the room and stand on the pads while I move past those dangerous sections. So while it's deactivated, we need to move the boot past. If the boot makes the boot, which we like affectionately call the boot, if it makes contact with an electrified section of rail, not only will it take like 1,000 damage, I'll take a lot of damage, and that's bad juju. On Nightmare, if you hit 2 sections of electrified rail, you have to start from stage 1. You fail the raid completely. Okay, so there are 3 buttons. 1 to the left as you enter the room, and then 2 at the back. 1 on the upper level, 1 on the lower level, which you guys have found very speedily. Good job. So stay on your pads until I call clear, and then you can sprint off. Alright, clear. Head on over to the big blast door ahead of us. There are only 2 pads in the next room, 1 straight ahead of you and 1 to your right. Both are on raised platforms. On Nightmare, this stage differs a little bit. There are mines also along the tracks that need to be killed as we go through, and of course the rails, as I said before, the electrified sections do a whole ton more damage, and the final difference between normal and nightmare when you get around to it is that there are nullifier drones and pads drain energy. So that's clear. If when you do it, reaching 0 energy while standing on a pad doesn't do anything bad. You just have no energy. Alright, so in this next room there are 2 sections of rail, each with 3 pads connected to it. So we need to find those 3 pads. Stay on your first 3 pads. One is to the left, one is to the right inside a little room, and one is all the way on a cliff where dusk is, if you can see his name.
Bayhexy.
Yep, so Bayhek's always going to be here. We have to pause between the first and second sections as the Goose Drug 3 will spawn. I'll hold the boot in a safe spot, so that's clear. Hold in a safe spot, everyone come down here, find the Goose Drug 3, kill them so we know that they're all dead, and then we'll proceed from there. This is where the Banshee will then just spam sonar, so it is like just find like a middle point and just spam sonar. Yep. So once you guys confirm that all 3 are dead. All dead?
So?
It looks like it, sounds like it. Okay, cool. So on to the next set of pads. Once again, there is one on a cliff up there at waypoint star. There's one all the way at the front right where Windbear is, and there's one to the left where Blazing Darkness is. Awesome. Okay, once we get past this, we're done with this stage, and you can go and grab any loot that might have been dropped once we're clear. So you guys are doing an exceptional job. I don't know all of your personal experiences with the raid, but you're doing great. Definitely had worse raid buses. Awesome, clear. So go and grab whatever the Goose Drug 3 might have dropped. Check for rare up the back.
No red back.
No loot? Okay. Grab all that you can, and I'm gonna push the boot to the end. So the boot actually drains the driver's energy. Sorry, not energy, their shield. And if you run out of shield, it starts going backwards. Not much else. On Nightmare, the last thing about the difference with Nightmare is those doors we've been going through, the big blast doors. They do not open automatically on Nightmare. We actually need to hack consoles along the way for each one. But generally we will send one person, who is majority of the time Dusk, ahead of us to just destroy all the mines and hack all the consoles before we even make it past the first section of rail. Alright, so now on to the third and final stage of this raid. We're going to take it pretty chill at the beginning and just spread out, see if we can find any rares, items, sculptures, items, stars, that sort of thing, before we actually move on to the assassination of Bayhek. Have some fun, explore. The reason we do this is because this tile set is, if you get really lucky, is a massive tile set, and there's a very good chance of getting rares and sculptures here. This is where you'll get the majority of your rares and sculptures during this raid, when you do this raid. Rare. Waypoint 2, 60-minute credit booster. Rares will always have a booster. They also have a chance of containing scimitar and mantis parts. I think.
Did they ever
Primarily.
drop the avionic parts?
For someone hit the
Oh,
load.
shit.
That's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Oh, fuck.
That's why we wait. So it's started now. Everyone head over here. We'll just. So this is gonna have a little bit of each stage in it. So there's going to be the bomb carrier. Will once again be going to grab the bomb, and we're going to drop it in assigned spots. And we're going to need to stand on pads along the way. So we're going to start with this. There are 5 vents that we need to destroy. We start with the one directly to the left of us as we enter the room, and we're going to go clockwise around the room. Each of these doors has 2 pads connected to it. Unfortunately, I wish we could Loki it. What you need to do, Loki, though, is just mark the boss with your waypoint and keep placing clones in front of him so he attacks it instead of us. There are 2 pads for each door. You can follow the cables from the doors to the pads. When both pads are pressed down, the door will open for the bomb carrier to run in. As soon as you see them run back out, you can hop off the pads and move to the next door. Okay, so the next one's over here. The cheeky spot with Loki is, if you can get it right on the edge, it's good. He can't knock it off. Or if you actually place it underneath him, like there, he'll also get really buggy. So he can't knock it off if you place it underneath him. Awesome. So if you're not the Loki, the Trinity, or the Rhino, we need to be searching for pads. Over here, Kruger.
Fine, I'll get the left one.
This one. Oh no, it's a side. You're gonna have to revive.
For the greater good. Oh my god.
So that's for the 4th door, Kruger. So you see how the cables actually connect to the base of the door over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go to the door, it's always going to go straight. It'll wiggle, but it won't do any 90-degree angle turns or anything.
Yeah.
So this door is next. So if you come here, you just trace the cable. This one runs straight all the way over here to where Dusk is, and the other one is up on the hill where Blazing is. Just so it goes. Drop it. Oh, did I kill you? I killed him.
Oh.
Let him out.
Yes.
I thought you'd made it past the shield already. Okay, my bad. Anyway, we're just going to continue to do this. The only reason we have to do this is because Bayhek is completely immune until we just, knock him off his pedestal 5 times. At that point, he'll get the message and he'll actually come and try and take us on.
What the?
Oh, did he kill you?
Did it work though?
No. It has to charge to max. I got it. Yeah. So do you guys have any questions about the raid so far? I haven't asked.
No.
About anything. No? Fucking too easy. Alright. 5th and final door, which you guys are already onto. So, good shit. Just grab the bomb when it eventually spawns. It always seems to get a little bit buggy on the 5th vent that you do. Slay cats. You guys see Hayeka kill them. At least for now, until the bomb spawns, which it just has. That's awesome.
Come on, what can you?
That's all yours.
You sure? You know it's not going to kill me.
No, just make sure it hits 100.
Can I just drop it here, or do I need to be on top of
Yeah,
it?
no, you can just drop it there. Alright, and now Bayhek's gonna be popped off his pedestal, and we're just going to nuke him down. So just start spamming now. Hit us high, start spamming center. And he's dead. You can bring the Mark 1 Bratton rank 0 and still one-shot him. There's no sonar on him. It is ridiculous. Okay, last thing we do as a clan is jump into the pit of flame as a sacrifice to the fire gods for better loot. And that's the law of retribution. That's it. Arcane Awakening.
Wicked.
So that is that's on reload pistol damage. On reload, you have a chance for like 20%, 30% pistol damage, which is not bad, especially for someone like Mesa. If you like playing Mesa,
Yeah.
you just whip out those pistols, give them a little reload, get the buff, and go to fucking town.
Sevati Sakara.
Anyway, that's it. All done. So if there's any blanks in that and I have not been the best teacher, I apologize. If I've missed something, please just check out the videos in the Raid Guides channel. There's also some little informative pictures that might help out. The videos are really good and they probably cover some. I might have missed something. Still learning how to teach at the moment. But I hope that was a pleasant experience.
That was good.
Hope you guys come around and do it again, and then we'll get you raiding in the week, smashing it.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully, with Plains of Eidolon, the Eidolon fight will actually be something that we might need to do as a full-blown clan. It was 8-man groups or something. That'd be cool. World boss.